Happy Halloween to each and every one of you beautiful people in Webtown. I am your humble host here on Testosterone Overload's Comic Book Reviews, Matt Legit, ready to talk to you about more comic books that do what? They move the candy. That's right, all day we're going to talk about comic books that belong in Pumpkingate. And to start, we are going to go back to the year 2001. We're going to go to the Cliffhanger imprint, part of Wildstorm Comics, which was Jim Lee's studio at Image Comics. He later sold it to DC Comics. And the comic we're going to talk about is absolutely fantastic. It's called Out There by Brian Augustyn and Humberto Ramos. And this comic, man, this is better than Stranger Things. No joke. If you like Stranger Things on Netflix, you're going to want to go pick up this comic. I'm actually on issue 4, and it's still holding up very strong. I'm having a great time, and it really is. It is made for you Stranger Things fans. And so we're going to get into it because this is excellent. This is an excellent, excellent comic book. So basically it starts with this pretty girl here, and she's, walking around. Where is everybody? Mom? Dad? Anyone? Hello? All these little tiny creatures start to come for her. And she's like, oh my God, what's going on? And then all of a sudden we have like this big monster in the sky. Welcome to my world, insect. Dance for me. Dance for Dredalis. She's just like, dot, 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 dot. And doesn't this kind of remind you of like the Korn, I think it was Follow the Leader, the cover to Korn's Follow the Leader, which was done by Todd McFarlane, kind of reminds me of that. This kind of reminds me of, the creepy bad guy in Stranger Things. And, I'm not going to say that the Duffer Brothers, stole that idea from Out There because, they're getting sued for stealing that idea from somebody else right now. So our girl here is just like running, trying to get away from all these little creepy creatures. And these little creepy creatures, they kind of remind me of the Ids from Max by Sam Keith, if you remember that Image comic. But they're not really like the Id. So we'll see what they're like. So she wakes up. Whoa, it was just a dream. Oh, we're just still here in good old, safe, boring Eldorado City. Eldorado City is a fictitious town in Northern California where this is set. And I do believe that this is set around autumn. We can see leaves falling. So it's a perfect Halloween comic book for all you little ghosts and ghouls out there. And the first thing I want to say is that the colors, which are by Studio F, I don't know who this is, but Studio F, you did one of the best jobs I've ever seen coloring a comic. You guys should maybe get into filmmaking because you clearly understand color. So here we have Wexler, Mark Wexler, who's a super smart brainiac kid. And the jocks are kind of picking on him because he skipped 2 grades in elementary school. So he's an 11th grader, even though he's only 14. And they're picking on him. But then, of course, like the quarterback shows up. And it's just like, whoa, 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 guys, what's going on here? Oh, we were just goofing around, Zach. And he like helps Mark and gives him his glasses back. Chupa Chups, hula hoops, sound the same, but one's easier to get in your mouth. That's true, actually. Yeah, they're these suckers. And he's like, shh, hey, stop talking so smart, You're going to get picked on even more. And then like this chick shows up, and I don't want you to be confused. This is not a transgendered person. It looks like they have a beard, a lot. And it also looks like they have claws, which is kind of weird. But really, this is just shadow. It took me a second. I had to really examine the picture to realize that that's just shadow falling perfectly on her face so that she looks like she has a beard. I did not mean to assume her gender, but it's Halloween, so I guess we can do that on Halloween only. And then we have the mayor of this town debating with some of the townsfolk who are business owners and how they're going to make the town safer. And so basically she's made a deal with Dredalis, the big monster. And we don't know what that deal is exactly, but we're going to find out. And all the business folks leave, and she turns around. Ah, Gask, Skink, hello. I assume you took all that in. Make sure that your master knows I have things under control.
Of course, but soon it will not matter. The master will take what he wishes. Now, have you any more of that wonderful bourbon?
They like bourbon. And here we got a nice butt climbing out of the hot tub, and he's checking it out because she's got the little global worming tattoo. This is for Worms World Party for the Sega Dreamcast. Some of you kids out there who are gamers might not even know what the Dreamcast is. Maybe you should check it out. I myself won't be checking it out. I would prefer the Atari Jaguar. And I like this chick's hot little body, skimpy little bikini, very cute. And then we have Jessica, who's our girl from the beginning, who was having the dream, coming to school, and she's getting picked on by the more popular girls, you know. Are you going to go to the dance? You're going to be queen of the ball. No one wants to take the freak to the dance. Boo-hoo. It's getting bullied. Meanwhile, Mark Wexler is with his dad, and his dad's got him in this oversized tuxedo. He's like, Dad, I'm not even supposed to go to the dance. I'm not old enough. Even though I'm in the same grade, even though I'm a junior, I shouldn't be hanging out with all the more popular kids. All they're going to do is make fun of me and mock me. And the dad is like, you know, Mark, I'm sorry that, you know, things have been rough for us lately. You know, after your mom divorced me and ran off to New Mexico, I just felt like we needed a fresh start. So they moved from San Francisco, where Mark did have friends, and now they're in Eldorado City, where they don't have friends. He's like, just go to the dance and make some friends. Okay, Dad, I'll go. What we got here? Konami. PlayStation 2. Metal Gear Solid 2. Sons of Liberty. I have beat this game. This was not the last game I played, but it was probably maybe third to the last. I think the last game I successfully beat and played was Scarface, The World Is Yours. Before that, it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Shows you how much I care about video games, doesn't it? Meanwhile, at the church, she's brushing the autumn leaves out, and she thinks that, they're coming. You know, it gets cold suddenly here in Northern California, unless it's because of them. And then this shadowy figure here, they're coming. We'll have to be ready. We need to get the church ready, too. Okay. Ooh, bump, bump, bump. And then we got like these two gangbanging Mexicans who are driving into town, talking about how this is going to be a great place for them to sell smack. Because, you know, all these kids out here are really bored. They don't have anything fun to do, so let's get them hooked on heroin. It's like, are you sure this doesn't take place in Portland? No, I guess not. And this cop pulls him over. I love this artwork. Humberto Ramos' artwork. He was the guy, if you watched my review of X Nation, about like these X-Men mutant kids who they don't set up, it doesn't explain, and it was really just confusing. But the art was good because it was by Humberto Ramos, and he draws this, and this is vastly superior story to that. And the cop's like, hey, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? You selling drugs in my town? Drugs? No, sir. Oh, I better do an accent for this, right? Drugs? Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not. Do we look like drug dealers? No, you look like nuns. Whack, and smacks him with his gun. Pistol whips him. Hitting me was just wrong. I'm getting, is this a black guy? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe I should try again. Hitting me was just wrong. You can't do that without cause. And you can't search the car unless you got a warrant, son. Actually, the law says I don't. I can search on suspicion alone. But that only matters if I want to arrest you. I don't. Monster World. They are our galaxy's last best hope, and they're only 7 years old. A creature-filled 4-issue miniseries by Scott Lobdell and Carlos Meglia. I'm going to pick this up because this looks like fun to me. Just like how Out There looks fun. It's also from Wildstorm. And so I think that, you know, that'd probably be a pretty good investment in a comic book right there. Not that comic books are necessarily investments unless they're super old. Or they're Comicsgate. So, you don't want to arrest us? We can just go. I never said that. Come on, man. You can't do this. It's against the law. You? Teaching me the law? Funny. And all of a sudden, like, all the monsters come shooting out of his mouth. This is, you know, the gangbanger. Scum like you make me want to puke. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Sweet. So I guess, like, they're dead. Doesn't exactly make sense, but they're dead. Sweet. Dealer in lager will pay top dollar for wheels this cherry. So the police officer is going to steal their car and their drugs, I guess. We'll find out more about that later as we go through. Not this issue necessarily, but future issues. So meanwhile, at the dance, you know, Jessica shows up and, You know, there's a 14-year-old Brainiac in his oversized tux. He gets out, and, you know, Jessica shows up on her little moped that she rides, and everybody makes fun of her. Hey, it's our favorite outlaw and her big bad hog. You been riding with the Hells Angels, Jess? Shut up, Elwood. And she punches him in the gut. God! And Mark Wexler is just, I am in love. And then, like, all of a sudden, he sees this little creature, but the creature's kind of see-through there. He's kind of blurry and faded. Kind of looks like almost like a cloud. Yeah, my friendly neighborhood hallucination is here, too. Oh, Case, you are so stunning. Oh, yes, that gown is fabulous. Wherever did you buy it? Actually, my mom made it. Oh, Mother made it. Still, very nice. Even without a designer label, I suppose. And she's like, my mom is a designer. She graduated from the Fashion Institute in San Francisco. Good thing, too, with Dad gone. She needs something to keep us going. And Jess comes walking through. Whoa, sorry, watch where you're going, freak. And then these two share a glance. This isn't, Casey didn't say this to Jessica. This is the other girl that says this, just so we're clear. They take a glance. Tobacco is wacko if you're a teen. If you're not a teen, I guess tobacco's A-okay? Maybe? Probably not. I quit. You should quit too. You know what else I like? You remember those old Truth commercials that would be on like in the late 90s, early 2000s? I love the one with the kid goes to like this seedy underground back alley abortion clinic. And it turns out that it's like this evil German doctor. He goes in and he gets his tongue pierced. And after they're done, I think it's his tongue. It might be his tongue or his eyebrow, whatever. And afterwards, the old German doctor is, care to join me for a cigarette? And the kid's like, what do you think, I'm crazy? It's like, oh, I get it, because you're dangerous. You got a piercing with a dirty needle in some back alley abortion shop. But you wouldn't smoke a cigarette, would you? Nope. So avoid those nails, kids. Oh, Agents of Planetary. This was a comic book. I didn't read it. I kind of almost remember people kind of liking it, but it doesn't look like anything I would like. What the hell? Why is he dressed like that? So, anyways, nice dress. Thanks. You too. Hi. Nice dress. I assume you're addressing me, Mr. Mullens. Zach Mullens, right? The kid that saved Mark earlier. You said, I said what? And Jess leaves, and then she follows. So this is kind of a weird part, because you see Jess leave, but then the next shot is Casey walking away, and he's following. Casey, please, I didn't mean anything. So here we have the janitor. It's getting late. Where are they? Your friends aren't coming, Douglas. It's like, whoa, what's going on there? We're going to find out. Casey, how can I stay angry at a silver-tongued Romeo like you? Oh, big lip lock. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, what was that? You mean you see it too? Hey, Jess, where'd you go? I'm right here, Wexler. What do you want? I don't actually know. And then they see like these little creeps outside. Please tell me that you see that too? I do. They're headed toward the back lot. Let's go see what's up. And then, so in the back lot, my friends aren't coming? Who do you mean, Principal Hodges? Your drug-dealing friends, Douglas. It seems they've been rather permanently detained. Drugs? How do you... I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you do. And he just shoots him with a gun and murders him in cold blood. That is a principal that knows how to keep these children in line. Zero tolerance policy enforced at this school. I'm very disappointed in you, Douglas. And they're like these creatures like burst out of him like they've been controlling his body, and he's, whoa, did I do that? You did do that, Principal Hodges, you dirty bugger. And he's just like looks around. Did anybody see? The kids, they saw. We all saw that, didn't we? Uh-huh. What the hell did we see, though? And what are we going to do about it? And meanwhile, here's evil Dredalis above the sky. This is Stranger Things, but better. To be continued. And let me tell you something. It was definitely to be continued. It was continued in Out There number 2, Out There number 3, Out There number 4, and all of these comics are great. I'm having an awesome time reading this in my private life and not sharing them with you. But I would recommend that you go down to your comic shop this Halloween and you pick up a few issues of Out There. Yeah, I mean, I think I paid like 20 bucks and I got maybe like the first 10 or 12 issues. And so far, as of issue 4, I couldn't be happier with this story. Now, I'm a kind of a fan of like teenage adventure comics, whether they're sci-fi, whether they're horror, whether they're, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. As long as it's, you know, a fun teenage adventure like Marty McFly gets into, or like those Stranger Things kids get into, or like those Goonies get into, I'm stoked. And this is a comic book that definitely would be warmly welcomed in Pumpkingate. It is definitely a comic book that this Halloween season, it's going to move the candy, without a doubt. So I recommend Out There from Brian Augustyn and Humberto Ramos, the Cliffhanger imprint from Wildstorm. Check it out. And I am going to come back and do another video and another video for Halloween. So, we got 2 more on deck, just waiting for all you beautiful people, all you beautiful ghosts and ghouls out there. As always, thank you for watching another totally awesome comic book review from Testosterone. Overload.